Hello, people of the internet. It is I, Gabbear890, back again, finally, with another video. Alright, so for the past couple months, I've just had these little tiny pickups here and there. Not really enough to make a video, but finally, I can combine them all thanks to a big release we just had to justify a video. And I actually had quite a few digital pickups as well. So let's get started. Okay, starting us off actually was a digital pickup. And to represent that digital pickup, I have the physical pickup. So this is an amazing game, Azures Wrath. Now, one thing, the biggest complaint about this game actually was that they kind of locked away the true ending behind DLC, which is pretty lame. But I do have to say that now having played the DLC, it is amazing, and it regularly goes on sale, at least on Xbox. So I was able to get a digital copy of the base game and then all the DLC. So definitely glad to pick all that up, and it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. Okay, and then a thrift store pickup. We got Diablo II. Amazing game, amazing game. Grew up with the series, played 1 and 2, and actually, I picked up Diablo plus Hellfire off of GOG recently. So I was able to get that for $7.99. So it just runs better on the more modern operating systems. And then speaking of Diablo 2, I actually picked up Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is the remake, for Xbox, for $4.15. So it's regularly gone on sale lately for $13.19 plus tax. But Xbox/Microsoft has reward points, and they are so incredibly easy to get. You can get them from playing games on Game Pass. You can get them from doing searches on Bing, which is actually not that bad. But they add up quick. And so I was able to get a $10 gift card, and I used that. And so, anyways, can't beat that. But yeah, just finished playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. I've beaten Diablo 2 at least 3 or 4 times throughout my life, but I was just so energized by the Diablo 4 beta that I was like, well, I gotta be playing something until it comes out in June. So, yeah, anyways, moving on. We got Metroid Prime Remastered. Huge Metroid fan. Love the series, grew up with it, watched my brother play it. Initially, I was kind of a little surprised by this, and I didn't know what to make of it. But then once I saw the comparisons, and the main thing really is the controls. Like, it's completely updated. It feels way more modernized, and I played through it, and I had a blast. And I love that they didn't just kind of up the resolution, but they actually went through and remapped some of the textures, and it looks great. So grabbed that one for $32.89. Okay, and then we have a couple of pawn shop pickups. Those are always the best. So I was able to grab Tetris, the original Tetris on the Game Boy. Grab this for $5.34. And then I was able to grab Pokemon Blue. This one I paid $32.02. I think they had it for 35. And I was just like, hey, you do 30? And they said, sure. And it's going for like between 40 and $50, for an authentic copy. So I was happy to do that. Okay, then up next we have a couple of PlayStation games. And so, huge fan of Uncharted. I played the first one and loved it so much that I literally drove to GameStop that day and bought the second one, and I've been playing the series ever since on release day. So when they announced the update for Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy, hey, I'm excited. That's cool. And I was planning on getting the upgrade, which is $10 if you want to upgrade from the PS4 versions to the PS5. Not too bad, but I was kind of just disappointed that they never have a discount or go on sale on that. But anyway, saw this on Marketplace for $15, and so I was like, hey, $5 more, and I got a physical copy, so went out and grabbed that. All right, and then here's a big release that we had recently. Resident Evil 4. They've been knocking it out of the park with these remakes lately. And it's funny because some of them have gotten a little bit of backlash because it's like, we don't need it or we don't want it or we want something new. But then we play it and we're like, yeah, okay, this is amazing. This is definitely one of those cases. So yeah, was able to play through this and had a great time, and it looks and plays amazing. Okay, and then to represent some DLC, we have Horizon Forbidden West. So I picked up the Burning Shores, which is incredible, and it's actually really cool because unfortunately it is only for PS5, but it was cool to see just how much further they could push the game when it was dedicated to, the next gen system, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's a little on the shorter side, but for $20, it was definitely worthwhile to me. But luckily, I had some coupons, so I actually got it for $1.44 because I had a $20 coupon. So I just basically had to pay tax. But yeah, finished that and had a great time doing that. Okay, now moving forward, we have The Witcher 3 Game of the Year Edition, aka Complete Edition. So I played this way back in the day, loved it, absolutely incredible game, and the DLC is amazing. So I bought it on PS4, and then I bought the expansions digitally on the PS4. And I don't know why, but for some reason in the back of my mind, I was like, dude, I want the complete edition, and it has everything on the disc, and I wanted it on the Xbox because I felt like it ran a little bit better. And before the upgrade on the Series X, it actually ran at 60 FPS, and so that was pretty cool. So, anyways, Best Buy had it on sale recently, or I think it's still on sale for $11.50, and I just used a $10 coupon, and so I was able to pick it up for $1.60. So yeah, I really couldn't deny that. Okay, now here's one that kind of had a rough release, but from my understanding, it's kind of it's been patched, it's been upgraded, things are a lot better now, and that is the Callisto Protocol. So this was supposed to be the spiritual successor to Dead Space, but then it was funny because then they had the Dead Space remake released just after this one, and everybody loved it. Uh, and as I said, this one had a rough start, but from what I've heard, it's gotten a lot better. But I was able to pick it up for quite cheap, $21.77. So I felt like that, hey, for $20, might as well give it a go. So excited to play this very soon. Okay, and then here's one that, for some reason, maybe it was just the art style or the idea, but I always had my eye on it. And that is Disco Elysium, specifically the final cut. So this one I was able to grab for $13.92 at GameStop. Good deal, and definitely heard good things, and it looks very interesting. So excited to dive into that. Now this one was mired in a bit of controversy. Battlefield 5. I just heard that the online was not good at launch, and people just were not sure what to make of it. But actually, it was a free PS Plus game last year. I don't know when, quite a while ago. But I played through the campaign. That's what I care about with the Call of Duty and Battlefield games. And it's an amazing campaign. I really love the campaign in Battlefield 1, and this one definitely is in that same caliber in a lot of ways. Awesome. And I really couldn't deny picking it up because it was $2.99. So it taxed $3.20. So, yeah, now I have a physical copy. And then this one was right next to it, Battlefield Hardline. I have not played this one, but it was $5, so $5.36. Might as well see what Hardline is all about. And then this is one that you just always kind of heard about being a hidden gem of sorts, and that is the Barge Tale. And so I was able to get this in a thrift store for $3. And yeah, it's funny because I'd been hearing about this game and I've been wanting to play it since like it came out, literally. And then all of a sudden I saw it on the shelf and I was like, boom, here we go, finally. Only took like what, 15 years to finally play it. But what's kind of famous about this is on the disc down here it says, for a really disturbing image, flip disc over. So you flip the disc over and then you see yourself. So anyways, that was just a fun little Easter egg. And then this is one that I had rented from Hollywood Video way back in the day when you would go rent video games. And I remember it was okay, but I don't know. It's just funny how games stay with you. And so this was at the same thrift store for $3. And so I was like, why not? Pick it up and relive those glory days. Okay, now this is also meant to represent DLC that I recently picked up for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I picked this one up day one with my Xbox Series X and loved it. It's a great game. I've talked about it many times in the past, but I picked up the season pass, which I always do. Usually wait for it to go on sale for about $20 and then I'll pick it up. So I played through the expansions and then they announce, hey, we're coming out with another expansion, Dawn of Ragnarok, but it's not included with the season pass. But it was, meant to be this huge expansion, kind of like the Iceborne or even the Witcher expansions. And so I just waited and waited until it's consistently been on sale for about $20. And then once again, I just, built up my Microsoft points, got my $10 reward, and I think I had a little bit of change left over on my account. And so I was able to get it for $6.41. And so I started playing through it, and yeah, it's really cool. They have some really neat features, and I have put over 200 hours into this game. It's so crazy how massive it is. Okay, and then now we have a couple of digital copies. So for May 4th, Star Wars Day, I was able to pick up these on GOG. We have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic for $1.99 and Knights of the Old Republic 2, $1.99. And then I got the Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition for $3.99. I have that on the 360, but it's, usually they're better optimized or at least can play better on the PC. So if you can get it for cheap, I'm down for that. And then I got Star Wars Empire at War, $3.99. So that's kind of a real-time strategy game, but in the Star Wars universe. And so definitely, I've tried it out, and it had some pretty cool modes. Then we got Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy for $1.99. And then one of my favorites that I didn't have an N64 growing up. And so anytime I went to someone's house and they had one, and they almost always had Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, the pod racing game, I always wanted to play it. But usually I was too late. They had already played the heck out of it and they didn't want to play anymore. So I'd have to beg them to do it. So anyways, I did pick it up on the N64. But then, for $1.99, why not have a digital copy as well? Okay. And then, last but not least, I mentioned that there was a big release. And, we all know what it is. Even if you're into the series or not, the new Zelda is here, and it is absolutely incredible. So yeah, I was able to grab the collector's edition, which is beautiful and awesome. And one of my favorite things is it came with a steelbook, but then it also came with a regular case. I appreciate the artwork of steelbooks. I think they're awesome. But yes, I'm a little particular about the aesthetics. I love when they're kind of all in unison. And so anyways, it's always nice when you can just have both instead of having to choose one or the other. So yeah, I picked this up and I had a $75 coupon to use that was going to expire, and it worked out perfectly to pre-order this. And so I paid $58.98 brand new out the door for the collector's edition. And so that was really nice. And then a few additional pickups. Of course, I had to get the new Link Amiibo, which looks incredible. I love the Amiibos because if it was up to me and if I just had, pockets full of cash, I would have so many statues, so many collectibles, but they're just so expensive and I just can't justify it most of the time. But I love to have kind of representations of games that I love. And so the amiibos are perfect though cuz they're all between like 10 to 15 to max, $25, but they're really detailed. They're really cool. Sometimes they work with the games and give you in-game items. And so, anyways, I always usually pick up my favorite ones. But also, I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist the Pro Controller Zelda Tears of the Kingdom edition. I just thought it was so beautiful, so stylish. And so, yeah, since I had the opportunity to grab it, I did. And I don't regret it. And then one final pickup, kind of in the same vein as the controller. I couldn't say no to the Tears of the Kingdom Zelda Edition console. This one I think is just an absolutely beautiful special edition. So many times with all the systems, PlayStation, Xbox, uh, Switch. They'll come out with a collector's edition, but they're just so bland. You know what I mean? They'll slap the logo on there, or they'll put a small little design, but it's just a tiny variation from the base model and call it a special edition. But there are some out there that they do go all out, and it looks amazing. And so with Zelda being one of my favorite series, I couldn't say no. I had to do it. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna wrap up all the pickups. Let me know. Have you had any cool pickups? Were you able to grab Tears of the Kingdom? But anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.